Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, folks. Today we are doing an literally absolutely emergency broadcast this Saturday afternoon. You see right now, there are absolutely massive, chaotic riots going on the streets of Mexico City outside. This is a hotel kind of right by the Capitol building. These are anti-Claudia Sheinbaum riots. The Mexicans have had enough of Claudia Sheinbaum. That is effectively what is going on right now, and the reason why is because they say she is corrupt, she is bought and paid for by the cartels. They're saying Claudia Sheinbaum is totally controlled by the cartels. And so, things are obviously happening right now. It's crazy right now. We're going live in an emergency. Just 5 minutes ago, this entire square was full of protesters and rioters, and now the police have pushed out. They're trying to push them away from this building here, this hotel. I believe it's a hotel where a lot of the politicians are staying. And over the last 2 or 3 hours, we have an insane number of really crazy clips. Here's a better view, a more panoramic view here. They're trying to push people out of the square. And so today we are just going to tune in. We're going to watch all of this as it unfolds live. I've got my cup of coffee that says grandma on it. I'm a grandma, so I'm having my cup of grandma coffee. Claudia Sheinbaum is the president. El Presidenta? El Presidente? I don't know. She's the president. I don't speak Spanish. She's the president. You can see they're making big moves. I'm going to put my camera over there for a minute. She's the president of Mexico. And allegedly, she's bought and paid for by the cartels, and so the Mexicans are rising up today. What country is this? Mexico! This is Mexico! Now, what I want to do real quick, I went live in a real pinch here, because I didn't want to miss any of this. I need to get a couple things set up. It really is going down here, and I want to show you some clips of things that have happened in the last 2 hours or so. It is still just the afternoon in Mexico, midday, and so I think things are really just getting going. It's possible that this is going to end up being a 4, 5, 6 hour broadcast. This might extend into the evening, into the late night. And so we're going to be here for all of that. You can bear with me here. I'll get a zoom in view here a little bit. I would imagine that this is gonna just be crazy all day. Can I give you guys a little bit of a recap of things that have been happening over the last 2 hours? It seems like there's a little bit of a lull here, so I want to show you what has been going on down here, right here, where you're looking at. First off, the protesters and rioters, they were pushed up against the barricades outside this building, and they're trying to cut through the barricades. They've brought metal cutters. So that was about an hour ago. I have some photos here I'll show you. They want this president gone. This is maybe like a Mexican kind of insurrection. They're trying to break over the barricades and get into this building, rip the barricades down. There's footage of this as it is happening. They've tied rope. They're trying to pull the barricades down. The police on the backside are spraying like some type of gas, some tear gas or something through the holes. Put this down over here. So it's just totally mayhem in Mexico today. Isn't it funny that just a couple months after the border being closed, the Mexicans decided to clean up their own country. They said, all right, well, if we can't sneak on into the United States anymore, I guess we might as well try to fix our own country. I guess. Whoa, they got it. Wow. This is over the last 2 hours. This is dangerous, man. No bueno, no bueno. Look at that. Wow. And so they ripped down the barricade. We've got another clip here. This is an all-out clash, folks. This is an all-out clash, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they got everybody. Look at this guy wearing the orange right here. Oh no. The mob got him. Oh my. Wow, with bolt cutters. This is total chaos. Complete and total chaos. And so it was shortly after this that the police, they decided to push out and retake the square. Let's check our live feed. So the police have successfully right now, they have retaken the square. That action you were just watching took place about an hour ago, like right here, right in the middle. And so the police, they have tried to pacify the square here. Who knows how long that is going to last. Now we've got another clip here I'm pulling up right now. This happened moments ago as well. Is that guy okay? This is knocking butts. That's a protester. They're just kicking the living hell out of him. Wow. You want to talk about third world? Listen, they do it a little bit differently down there. They don't have some of the civilities that we have up here in the United States. This is a different dynamic. It's a whole different ball game down there. Wow. What in the this is like what is it, like 100 AD? Like these are the Romans or something? They've got their phalanx set up. Wow. Wow. Dude, you're gonna get... Damn. This is brutal. This is crazy. So this was happening about an hour ago. And this is gonna be happening all night. Yeah, they're not playing around. Yeah. That's right, they're punching this guy in the face. This is climbing over. Okay, folks, that's a little recap of things that have been happening for the last hour. I'm gonna put this up on the big screen here. This is a live feed of that same location. It seems like they have, to some degree, successfully pushed the rioters out of this square. And I'm going to find some more information for you folks, of course, as this is continuing to unfold. As this is continuing, I believe this is live. This is just absolutely crazy. We think things are crazy up here. You haven't been down to Mexico. Okay, I've got another live feed of something else that is happening elsewhere in town. Good lord. There we go. There's a new YouTube update, and they changed the way the website works a little bit. Okay, so give me 1 minute. I'm gonna get another feed set up for you folks. A different point of view where there's a little bit more action. So stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by. I need to put a banner up. I need to get my crap together. Oh, look at all those people. Wow. And you know what? Those are actually police officers. You can see they're wearing uniforms. They've got their orange markers on. So they do not want people in this square. Now, quick question. In the recent James Bond movie, Spectre? Where it opens up in Mexico City, I think it took place in this square. Remember, he crashes the helicopter's flying around. I think this is where they filmed that. Not that that's relevant, but anyway. This is Mexico, yes. This is Mexico. Now, folks, give me 1 moment. I need to get this set up. I've got another angle for you. Stand by here. Window capture, second feed. I'm a one-man production studio here, so... How do you say 1 minute in Spanish? I don't know. I need a minute. Yo necesito. Uno minuto. I don't know. So this is happening in a different location. This is also live somewhere here on the streets of Mexico. I believe this is Mexico City. Correct? Uno minuto. That sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Yeah, Mexico City. Okay. I'm gonna get the note set up here. I'll say anti... Claudia... Yep. Okay, excellent. Excellent, perfect. So in the top right, I believe this is a live feed from, like, right around the corner, right around the block. Is where we're looking. Now, I see some more clips here from the last hour or so I'm going to pull up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Deport them? Well, we can't deport them. They're Mexicans. They're Mexicans in Mexico. They're in Mexico. This is what happens after we deport them. We deport them up here, we send them down to Mexico, and then this is what they do once they're back in Mexico. This is step 2 of the deportations. This comes afterwards. This is why we carry out the deportations. Really. Now I've got a recap clip. Take a look at this. About an hour ago. Import them? Yeah, we do not want to import them. A beautiful cathedral back there, looks like. You okay? Isn't it crazy? They were doing the same thing 2,500 years ago. Nuts, right? And we've got this thing. Chaos. So, the reason why the police pushed out to secure the square is because the rioters were actually tearing down the gates. That's why. Why are they rioting? Why are you spamming my live chat? That's a better question. Why are you spamming the chat? Why are they rioting? They don't like Claudia Scheinbaum. They say she's corrupt and bought off by the cartels. Why are you spamming my live chat, huh? Huh? I'll make a note of that up top here. It's a fair question. Where the hell's my mouse? Okay. Yeah, let me put that up here. I'll make a note of that. You can see here. One moment. All types of people. No American flags. They are in Mexico. Mexico City riots. Okay. Why? How should I say this? They really have one hell of a police presence. Nuts. There's a lot. You think the CIA is starting these riots? Maybe not. You know, I'm just gonna have it how I had it. Mexico City, anti. I think that was good actually. Yeah. That's actually just totally sufficient, I think. There, how about that? Perfect. Perfect. And so there, I kid you not, just like an hour ago, in fact, can I show you this? I need to, this, folks, was 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago. Absolutely slam jam packed. So they pushed all of these people, these are protesters, they're rioting, they pushed them out of the square. They pushed them out. Just insane how many people there were. They pushed them out. And so now these people are elsewhere, somewhere in the area. That's a hell of a lot of people. Chaos, total chaos. They've got the phalanx established up there. Julio Rosas. There it is. People outnumber the police. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big time. Okay, I'm seeing something here, folks. It is saying that... Pull this up. Large protest in Mexico City underway in opposition of cartels after the assassination of Carlos Manzo. The crowd chants, "Out Morena." Morena is the ruling left-wing party of Mexico. So the cartels killed somebody. I'm going to look into that. So it's Carlos Morenzo. I'm going to get to the bottom of what his role is real quick. He was a former member of the Mexican Chamber of Deputies. He was a mayor. Let me see here. Assassination. On November 1st, he attended a festival. He was with his family. He was attacked and shot 7 times. So about 2 weeks ago. Terrible. it was a 17-year-old who shot and killed him, who was high on methamphetamine and tetrahydrocannabinol, which is a word I just learned and said for the first time. The cartels took this 17-year-old, shot him up with a bunch of drugs, and then told him to go assassinate this guy. So it was like a suicide hit job. Cartels took a 17-year-old young kid, shot him up with drugs, said, you know, maybe through blackmail or bribery, you need to go kill this guy. Is what happened. Tetrahydrocannabinol. I see a super chat here. It just popped up. Remember the baby formula shortage at the same time the women and kids started... I don't know anything about that. Hey, thank you, though. I appreciate that super chat. I don't know anything about this baby thing. I do need to, one moment here. I need to pull up my super chat window, so stand by here, folks. What you're watching right now is actually about 45 minutes ago. I want to cut to see what they're doing now. So this is a live feed. This is where they are now. In the square. So the police, they have successfully cleared everybody out of the square. The police are gathering up. Looks like they're huddling. They're giving some orders or kind of preparing. There was a super chat from John Mitchell. John Mitchell, thank you very much. He says, great to see you, Matt, today. Always thought Claudia Sheinbaum was a Jewish name. Well, she is Jewish. She is. Claudia Sheinbaum is Mexico's first Jewish president. Presidente, Presidenta, I don't know. I don't know. She's a good old-fashioned Mexican Jewish woman. I'll tell you what, man, these scenes coming out of Mexico City right now really are just freaking crazy. Just crazy. This was an hour ago. Yeah, we saw this one. They actually snatch up... Look at this guy in the orange right here. They snatched him up. These protesters, man, these rioters, they are serious. This is bad.
Get it.
And they yanked him into the crowd. They're trying to do damage. Very peaceful, mostly peaceful. Man, it is so easy in a situation like this for something just like randomly to go wrong. For somebody to poke your eye, they're all swinging sticks around, somebody smacks your eyeball, boom, now you're blind. Just little random things, man, it's terrible. It is dangerous down here. Dangerous down here. This is our live feed. Who are the good guys? You know what? I just hope everybody has fun. Honestly, man. I just hope everybody has a good time. Oh man, it is this is 45 minutes ago. Oh, the police are on the move. Look at that, they're making movements. I wonder if we are going to see the protesters or rioters push their way back into the square. It is what, like probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon down there. It's not that late. It's still very early in the day. So remember, this is pretty much what we saw this last summer on the streets of Los Angeles and Chicago. Foreigners, Latin Americans namely, people from Mexico, they're waving Mexican flags, behaving like this, attacking police officers, literally blowing up cars, waving Mexican flags. Seems to be a common denominator here. Seems to be that this is just kind of what happens. A certain type of people are behaving a certain type of way. This was bad. I don't even want to play this one because they were just kicking the living hell out of that guy. That one was too brutal. Yep. You know what? This is crazy. Crazy. I bet that hurt so much. Did you see that? Boom. Shield in the face. Boom. Oh, shield in the face. Yeah, he's gonna have a fat lip after that one. Good lord, good god. This is our live feed right now. Holy crap, holy crap. Average Joe with the big super chat. Thank you, Average Joe, on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Van Roy, he says, I'm not sure what's going on here, Matt, but welcome to North Idaho. I'm from CDA myself. Good to have you. I'm actor due, so I'm not at home right now. North Idaho is lovely. It's beautiful. Luckily, you don't have a lot of behavior like this. Thank God. And thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What I want to know... No, thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. There are... If you're tuning in right now, there are anti-Claudia Sheinbaum protests, riots all across Mexico City right now. Claudia Sheinbaum is the president of Mexico. And the people of Mexico, they say she's corrupt. She's bought off by the cartels. And so we want her out. We want her gone. Now, if you remember something, President Trump, about a month ago probably, mentioned that he would be open to carrying out targeted strikes on cartel operations in Mexico. And Claudia Sheinbaum, she said, no, how dare you? This is we're a sovereign country. You can't blow us up. You can't blow up our beloved cartels. I wonder if you were to take a survey of actual Mexican citizens, random Mexican people in Mexico, if they would be in favor, if the Mexican populace would be in favor of Trump blowing up the cartels, I wonder what they would say. I bet they would say yes. I bet they would love that. And now, I don't know if you can see this. Look down here in the bottom left. These are like popcorn vendors. They've got the street vendors. The street vendors have taken back the square. They're selling popcorn and probably tourist knickknacks. They're rolling around down there. This is hundreds of police officers. Hundreds. Claudia Sheinbaum, is that a Mexican? It's actually a Jewish name. Claudia Sheinbaum is Jewish. There was a guy 5 minutes ago, he said, Matt Morstein. It's Matt Morstein. Listen, hey, I am not Jewish. Not even a little bit. My name is not Matt Morstein. I'm not even a little bit Jewish. Not even. That's a different location over here in Mexico City. Different guy. She was adopted? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. But she is Jewish. She is ethnically Jewish. Now, I'm pulling up new clips here. I'm trying to keep everybody up to speed here. Is this LA? This is Mexico City. Mexico City. You're a crowd. You know my wife. No, I shouldn't say this. It's too terrible. My wife is a German woman. My wife is a German woman. Her grandfather, I kid you not, was in the SS. In fact, I'm not gonna say what her maiden name is, because it's World War II. They have all these databases. Her grandfather is in a World War II online SS database. You can Google it. If I told you the name, it's out. There he is. He's in the database. I kid you not. I kid you not. He was in the SS. And that's terrible. That's super not cool. That's not cool, dude. No, it's not Himmler. She's not. No, my wife is not Himmler's granddaughter. Nope. Oh, here we have something else I'm gonna pull up here. The SS, the Schutzstaffel. Yeah, Schutzstaffel. This is as they were clearing out. This is as the police, they were clearing out this square. This is about 25 or 30 minutes ago. They pushed him right on out of here. Really just something else. So it seems like, as things currently stand, it seems like they have corralled all of these people out the side here to the right. To the right. Acoustic weaponry. I think they were just popping off like smoke grenades and stuff, really. I think that's what it was. It's all pretty loud. We have a big super chat here from Neil Russell. Neil Russell, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you. What I was reading, the reason I went live is because what I was reading all over X was that as things get darker, as the day continues, these rioters, they're just going to get more belligerent. It's going to get crazy. Thank you. Thank you, Neil Russell. So probably we're going to be here all night covering this entire situation, I would imagine. I would imagine. Thank you very much. Henry Mann 8122, he says, if you are unsure if the Mexican president is supporting the drug cartels, ask yourself this one question. Has Mexican president been assassinated while in office or not? No, yeah, true. You know, I think this is one of the trade-offs with power. Kind of, depending what country you are the leader of, you probably have to make a couple Faustian bargains. And by Faustian bargain, I mean a deal with the devil. I think every leader in a lot of cases probably, if you're having an elected position of power, you probably have to make some dark deals. Most certainly here in the U.S. Most certainly in the U.S., if you're an elected leader in the U.S., you're probably going to have to make a couple dark deals, some Faustian bargains. Some deals with the devil. Most certainly down in Mexico. If you want to be the president of Mexico or elected down in Mexico, at some level, you're probably going to have to be complicit in what the cartels are doing, or at a minimum, turn a blind eye to it. And of course, just as we are up here in the U.S., we are pissed off about corrupt politicians and power abuses, and politicians not representing the people. We have that problem up here in Mexico. I think they've got a similar problem. Maybe it's a little bit worse. It's cartels. But, you know, that's probably the case. And similarly, people are pissed off. People are pissed off about it. They say power corrupts. Power corrupts. Maybe it's an inevitability. Maybe it can't be helped. This clip here I'm going to pull up again is just really just absolutely insane. They've got police marching around like stormtroopers down here. This was about an hour ago. Really just astounding. That guy's attacking with it. Honestly, what do you think will come of this? Yeah, probably nothing. Like, is anything going to change legislatively in Mexico because of this? Yeah, probably. Probably not. Probably not. And as it seems right now, the police actually have a pretty firm grip on this square. This is real. It's really crazy. It's not every day you see something like this. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'm trying to find a live feed. I want to know if all of these protesters relocated somewhere else. Because, as a reminder, this is what was going on 45 minutes ago. In fact, I'm just going to let this play here for a minute. There's a lot of people. A lot of people are down here today. Now, they have all been pushed out of the square. Out of the town square here. So where did they go? That's what I'm trying to find here. I'm going to look around. Donde está la Mexicans? Donde la Mexicans? Donde? I don't know. What exactly is being protested? Claudia Sheinbaum, who is the president of Mexico, is allegedly, it's probably true to be honest, allegedly corrupt and bought off and paid for by the cartels. By the cartels. Cartel influence, corruption, bribery, turning a blind eye to crime. You know, the whole gambit. So the Mexicans are heated. So the Mexicans are, today, they're feeling a little bit caliente. Pretty much is what is going on here. She is, yeah, I think she probably is. I think pretty much all of Latin America is corrupt and bought and paid for. It makes you wonder, how did Nayib Bukele really get the grip on El Salvador that he was able to get a grip on? What did he have to do? That must have been, I need to at some point do a deep dive. He came out of nowhere and then he just like purged the entire country. Must have been pretty damn hard to do that. Given how much pushback there was, right? Where did he come from? What's his background? He just like showed up one day. Authoritarian. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Of course, we all talk about how great our democratic principles are in the republic. Some people, some cultures, maybe some ethnic groups, I don't know. Seems like they just don't really mesh well with that. Seems like it just kind of doesn't work. I genuinely believe that a constitutional republic or a democratic republic, that form of governance is not going to work everywhere. It's not going to work in every country for every group of people. Maybe that sounds crazy. I'm happy it works here. I really like it here. But I think there are some places in the world where it's just like not going to work and you've got to do something else. Maybe you do need to be a little bit more heavy-handed. Maybe so. I mean, that just kind of seems to be the case. Viva la Mexico. Yeah. If you're saying Viva la Mexico, you should go Viva in Mexico. You got a Viva in Mexico. Now, I'm still here scanning for updates. I want to know where all these people went. Oh lord, I've got a new little micro update here, folks. Stand by. What you're watching now is about 45 minutes ago. This is right now. This is live. So the police, they have successfully cleared out this square. They've pushed all of these rioters and protesters out. Hikikimori Gaming, Trump 2020. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hikikimori. What is a Hikikimori? What the hell is that? A Hikikimori. I think it's something Japanese, but I don't know. I don't know that. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I was going to pull this up for you. Take a look at this. This was about an hour ago. They're going crazy. A hikikomori is someone that stays inside and doesn't leave the house. So, all of these Mexicans out here, they are not hikikomoris. They're the opposite. Makes sense. Astounding. Astounding. And this was also about 45 minutes ago. Just freaking nuts out here. And violent and dangerous. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, these are mostly peaceful protests. Mostly peaceful protests. And I think we are just going to keep this broadcast going pretty much all night, because what I want to do is see what happens when things get a little bit darker. What time is it? Time in Mexico City, 4:16 p.m. and sunset's probably 6:30 or 6. Let me see here. So Mexico City is 2 hours ahead of me. That's how I'm going to remember that. Sunset time in Mexico City, 5:57. So it's about an hour and a half, about 90 minutes from now. About 90 minutes from now is sunset. And, you know, I think this feed we have up here in the top right is actually not live at the moment, so I'm going to flip that off. And you can tell the police are down here. They are continuing to stage and just kind of be here because they are worried about a resurgence. They're worried about the comeback. The great Mexican comeback. I'm gonna tell you folks something very strange happened to me today. I uploaded a video talking about Jeffrey Epstein on my YouTube channel and Rumble channel as well. You might have noticed. YouTube has like shadow banned that video. And in fact I could show you the analytics if you want on the back end. YouTube is suppressing my video today that I made about Jeffrey Epstein. And I can say that with 100% confidence because I uploaded 1 or 2, sometimes 3 videos a day. I upload 2 or 3 videos a day every single day, 7 days a week for about a year now. So I know kind of how it goes and what it looks like on the back end. The analytics, I follow all of this stuff very closely. This video specifically on YouTube, this video got suppressed or something. Something weird is going on with this Jeffrey Epstein video I made today. Very, very weird. Very, very strange. And the video specifically was about how Jeffrey Epstein was colluding with the Democrats. The Democrats were colluding with Jeffrey Epstein in 2018 and 2019. YouTube shut that down. YouTube shut that video down. What did they do specifically? So what YouTube has done with this video specifically is only put the video in front of subscribers, and they are not promoting the video at all to non-subscribers. So the only people that are seeing this video today are people that are subscribed to my channel. That is incredibly abnormal. Normally the videos, they have like a 50-50 subscriber to non-subscriber ratio. 50% of the people are non-subscribers, 50% of the people are subscribers. This video, it is literally like 99.9% subscriber. They're not even putting it in front of non-subscribers. It's very weird, very, very strange. I've only ever, out of like 900 videos I've made in the last year, I've only had this happen ever to 1 other video. This is the second time this has ever happened. Out of 900 videos. So it's very, very weird. Very weird. Maybe we were getting a little bit too close over base today with this one. You shared it. Yeah, so you know what? Hey, everybody make sure to subscribe. And also follow and subscribe on Rumble. Make sure to follow on Rumble. Because, you know, YouTube sometimes is a little bit weird. Little bit crazy. Do not quit. Oh, I'm not going to quit. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Now, I'm going to keep pulling up updates here. This is right this very moment elsewhere in Mexico City. Take a look here. So they are having Mexican cowboys. What is a Mexican cowboy called? What is this called? The charros. The charros have arrived in Mexico City for the anti-cartel protest targeting President Claudia Sheinbaum and her Morena party. There they are. This guy's been having probably a couple too many burritos. That's a big burrito, boy. Gordita, that's a Gordita Grande Supreme. Or something, I don't know. Lo siento, por favor, Dios mío. This was about an hour ago when the police cleared out the square. And so you know what? You know what? While things seem to be you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something really genius. And you're not even gonna believe it. Okay. This is about 45 minutes ago. I'm going to leave this up here on the big screen, and what I'm going to do additionally is stand by. Stand by here. X. Yeah. Whoa. That's a big one right there. Stand by here. Because I really want you all to understand just how crazy it was about an hour ago. And the fact that these people are probably coming back. This is not even close to being over here. The Mexicans are pissed. The Mexicans are pissed. So in the top right, this is the live feed. The big screen is about an hour or 45 minutes ago. And if you are new, oh, my muted. How in the heck did I get muted? How did that even happen? I don't know. I don't know. I was reading this super chat here from Duck Duck Meese. He said, off topic, but in response to your comment about therapy yesterday, I've been in therapy for 4 years, and it's what led me to God and conservatism. And he's studying to become a therapist. So I said, yeah, thank you, and I love to hear a happy story like that. That's good news. We love a happy story. Thank you very much. That's great. YouTube is... You think it was Mossad? You think Mossad muted my broadcast? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Honestly, yeah, probably. I don't know, man. No, thank you very much. I appreciate that. This is Galveston County Mike. He says, hit that like button. Yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, I'm going to like that one right there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, my wife and I, speaking of Mossad, my wife and I were having a conversation about the current, like, there's sort of a national conversation going on about Israeli influence in the U.S., buying off politicians, whether or not the U.S. should be so closely tied to Israel. And so I was talking about this with my wife last night, and we kind of were making a joke. We were saying, you know, if there is any argument against Israeli or Mossad influence here in the United States, if there is any argument to be made against that, it's the fact that Israel is kind of losing the debate. They're losing a huge amount of public support in the U.S. Right now, a lot of Americans are like, all right, enough is enough. Okay, we need to stop kind of supporting Israel so much. We need to stop sending so much money. Maybe that's the best argument against the overwhelming influence that they have, in almost a comical way. Now, what is going on right now is that the Mexicans, this is in Mexico City, Mexicans have taken to the streets, and they are protesting and rioting against El Presidente Claudia Sheinbaum, who is the president of Mexico. They say she is corrupt. They say she is bought off, controlled, paid for by the cartels. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm scanning around. I'll tell you what, right now, I'm seeing a little bit less footage popping up. Here's what I'm saying. These people had to go somewhere. All of these people have now been pushed out of this square. So where did they go? Are they going to recoup? Are they going to, group back up or what? There's some little video I see pop up just now. Take a look at this. This must have been about an hour ago. They're kicking him. Listen, you think American police are mean? Look at these guys. They've got this protester down on the ground and they are just kicking him. They're laying into him. Wow. And then the protesters, they are ripping this police officer away. This is crazy. This is crazy. That is crazy. This is total mayhem. Now, there's a super chat here from Texar Cajun. He says, have you done a video on your setup? I'm trying to think what you mean. My setup, like my streaming, my broadcasting setup? No, I'm not going to do that either. I do have a couple photos. If you dig through my Twitter page, my X page, I have a couple photos of my broadcasting studio. Some behind-the-scenes photos. You gotta look for them, but no, I don't like make tech videos like that. That's not really my thing. I appreciate that super chat, though. I appreciate that super chat. It is so funny to see the Mexican police down here. They've got their shields up like they are a Roman phalanx, whatever. This looks like some type of scenario you would see 2,000 years ago. Matt, you need to keep an eye on Portland tonight, too. The Proud Boys are in town. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. Honestly, I didn't even know that the Proud Boys still existed. I kind of thought the Proud Boys disbanded after January 6th, but I don't know, maybe they're still around. You don't hear a whole lot about the Proud Boys these days. So, okay, so you know what, maybe tonight we'll kind of see what pops up in downtown Portland. So you know what, hey, let's just be here all night. We're gonna be here all night, folks. Get some popcorn. Get some popcorn. We're gonna be watching all of this. Now, if I can show you something here. Up here in the top right, this is a live feed of what is currently going on in the square. The police are mobilizing for something they're grouping up. They have successfully pushed all of the rioters and protesters out of the square, and we'll see if that changes. Maybe the protesters are coming back. There's tens of thousands of them. Maybe they're going to come back once it gets a little bit darker on in the night. Time will tell. Monica says, you think Our Republic works? Come on, man. Well, obviously, every single year it tends to work a little bit less. There's no doubt about that. I will tell you this, though. Yeah, the American Republic is probably the most successful form of governance almost ever. Almost ever. I think you could maybe pick a couple different examples, but it's worked pretty well. In fact, I think the reason why Our Republic has stopped working so well is because slowly over the past couple decades, generations, we have drifted away from our founding fathers' vision of how this republic was supposed to work. It's not really that the republic is flawed, it's that the people living in the republic, the type of people living in the republic, have become increasingly flawed. Does that make sense? You know, I'm gonna say something crazy. I think probably any form of government can work as long as you have a cohesive, high IQ populace. If you have a homogenous, culturally homogenous, ethnically homogenous, cohesive society of high IQ, intelligent people, I think probably any type of government can work, frankly. In a lot of ways. That is to say, kind of what makes a country good versus bad is the people living in the country. It's more so a people issue. It's a people problem. I'll give you an example here. Liberia, which is a small African country on the west, sort of in the armpit of Africa, that was formed after the U.S. Civil War. A lot of recently freed black slaves went back to Africa. They formed their own country. And they pretty much copied word for word the American U.S. Constitution. And then they tried to make their own country. It's a complete and total hellhole. It's a total failure. They have the exact same constitution. They've got the exact same constitution and legal system, judicial... It's an exact copy of America. But it doesn't really work. And the reason why, it's because it doesn't have the same people. It's a people issue. It's a people problem. It is a people problem. Now, there's a big super chat here from Monikers and no Federal Reserve. Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. True. That's true. So I'm checking for an update over there. Okay. That is true. Right now, you know, in the U.S., there's sort of an ongoing discussion about... In fact, you generally see this on the far right. You know, we need to sort of overturn the Republic. We need to become a Catholic monarchy. I see a big push for that in the far right. And what I would rather see is a return to how our Republic was meant to be in the first place. I don't think we should toss the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. I think we should try to revitalize our Republic as our founding fathers had envisioned it, as opposed to getting rid of the Republic altogether and creating a Catholic monarchy or whatever is being advocated for. That's what I would prefer, frankly. Get back to basics. Become a little bit more basic and foundational insofar as how this Republic was meant to be. And I'm out here scanning for updates. Who's funding all of this? You know what? It can most certainly be said that a lot of protests and riots all over the country, all over the world, are bought and paid for. There's no doubt. They've got foreign influence. This riot, this protest here going on today, I actually couldn't tell you. This could be... Listen, it's important to keep in mind, authentic protests and authentic riots are also a real thing. So look at this. So this is when we started seeing people clear out. They decided to march somewhere else, which kind of led up to where we are now. So we're going to watch how this unfolded. I thought Scheinbaum was one of theirs. Hey, who do you mean by they? Hey, who's they? Huh? I have another feed or another picture or... sorry, I can't even talk today. Another video coming out here real quick. Now, what the hell are they doing? Now, what are you doing up there? Now, what do we have up there? They're scouting out. Looks like they're getting ready to call in an airstrike. Calling in an airstrike. Maybe. I'll put this back up here. Oh, folks, I have this protest or riot from a different point of view from about an hour ago, if I might show you that. Wow. You can really get a better grip here of just how many people there are down here. Absolutely insane amount of people. Oh yeah. And by the way, folks, I will remind you, every single person, make sure to like and to subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe to today's broadcast. It really does help a lot. We're going to be breaking all of this down all night, all day. Thousands of protesters are down here tonight. Tens of thousands. They say Mexico City is, I believe, the most dense population center in the entire world. And it's looking pretty dense. This is about an hour ago. There sure are a lot of people down here. There's no doubt. And so now, listen, folks, let me give you a little bit of a live update of where things currently stand. Okay, so the live feed is up here in the top right. I pull it up right here. So the police, they have been able to clear out the square. Up on the big screen, we're watching a feed, a live broadcast from maybe 45 minutes or an hour ago. So in the top right, that's the live broadcast. It's up there on the big screen now. It seems as if, as things continue to get later on in the day, sunset is in about 1 hour in Mexico City. It seems as if they are suspecting that things will get crazy again. What side of the protesters? The protesters are anti-Claudia Sheinbaum, who is the president of Mexico. And the reason why they are protesting Claudia Sheinbaum, who's the president of Mexico, is because they say she is working with the cartels, she's corrupt, she's bought and paid for. She's, turning a blind eye to cartel crime. And you know what? Yeah, that's probably all true. Oh my lord! Wow, folks, hold up. Wow, wow, wow. A protester managed to enter the very gates of hell, the National Palace. Is he gonna get in there? Oh, they're gassing him out. Wow. He just got blasted in the face. One more time. Oh, right in the face. Ay, puta madre. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. I'm gonna throw this back up. I'm gonna keep on pulling updates here for you guys. Oh yeah, okay, now I think I've just hit the treasure trove here. Maybe I'm hitting the treasure trove. Big time updates here. Standby got big time updates. Is QAnon Shaman? Yeah, and also the podium guy. Remember the guy that took the podium? Ladies and gentlemen, Mexicans have taken over Nancy Pelosi's office. I repeat, the Mexican insurrectionists have taken over Mexican Nancy Pelosi's Nancina Pelosina's office. It's unbelievable. Okay, I have a couple of these updates here for you. Couple update videos. Make some room here, I'm losing my mind. Okay, alright. Okay, this... I'm sorry, this is AI. I'm sorry, this is AI. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Okay, they actually do not have a medieval battering ram from, like, Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure they don't have a medieval battering ram. That is AI. I apologize for that. That's my bad. Okay, this, though. This was about an hour ago. Wow. They're tearing this place down. Oh, yeah. I've got another one. Spray painted on the... uh-oh, we've got anti-Semitism. Oh, no. Anti-Semitism alert. So on the door it says puta Yudia, which I think it means like bitch police or like fuck the police or something. But then in the bottom left... anti-Semitism alert. They have the Star of David, and they crossed it out. So, by the way, Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, is a Jewish woman. She's a Jewish woman. They went and did a little anti-Semitism. I can't believe that. I just saw that. So she's a Jewish woman, the president. They're not happy about it. At least somebody isn't happy about it. I don't know. I don't know. Mexican groypers? Okay, dude. Okay. Okay. And I'm out here scanning for updates. And we're keeping on top of it. You can still hear them chanting. They're down there chanting. I'm putting together another couple update clips here for you guys. Stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, by the way, listen, I hate to be the guy that has to say this, but, where are all of the transgender pride flags? Where are all the Palestinian flags? Where are the Black Lives Matter flags? These Mexicans, they are not being very inclusive of gay Palestinian black people. Hey, where is the transgender Palestinian black person representation here? Little bit exclusive, little bit bigoted. I hope that they do better next time. Oh, okay, I'm pulling up more updates here. Stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. BLM is nowhere to be seen. I wonder what percent of Mexico is black? What percent of the is black? Concise. In the US, it's like 14%, 13, 14%. 2%. Whoa, 2%! Wow, that's actually sort of shockingly low. 2% of Mexicans are black. Frankly, I thought it would have been higher. That is shockingly low, wow. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, I've got another update. Okay, I'm pulling up. I'm getting a bunch of stuff ready for you folks. Address why? Probably because Mexico is racist against black people, and so all the black people moved up to America because we love black people up here. That's probably why. So, I don't know. Think about that. Think about that, huh? Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit feisty. Maybe I'm a little bit feisty today. Sorry, everybody. I woke up in a feisty mood. I just had a cup of coffee. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too feisty. Okay, I have some of these update clips. I want to show you things that are going on. Close some of these old tabs.
Ya cayó el muro chairo, chavalos. Está metiendo la gente ya.
This was about an hour ago. Oh, look at that! Folks, look at the barricade walls down over there. Wow. You want to know how they did that? They probably had to send in a Trojan burrito. They put a bunch of Mexicans inside of a burrito. And they sent them on behind the wall. And then they popped out. And then they popped out. And then they tore the walls down from the inside. That's impressive. That is impressive. This is nuts. Like, this actually is crazy what we are out here watching today. This doesn't happen every day. Matt Morris, that was racist. Okay, listen, I'll address the allegation. Yes, it was racist. In my defense, though, it was funny, which, in my mind, makes it okay. Play that back. There was a street vendor in front of the wall. Really? A street vendor? Rewind here. Down here? Oh, you mean probably when it got torn down? Yeah, I'll pull that up here in a minute. Yeah. They've got street vendors all over the place. All over the place. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm gonna say something maybe a little controversial here. If your country is owned and operated and controlled by violent, brutal, drug-dealing, human trafficking cartels, this is what you should do. This is the appropriate response. The question is, what is the appropriate response if you determine that your country is being, you know, operated by human trafficking, drug-dealing, butchering, human butchering cartels? This is what you do. You should take it to the Capitol. This is how you respond to that. That's not good. You can't have that. You know? We can't tolerate that. So you know what? Hey, good luck. Good luck. Good luck, hermanos. Good luck, mi hermanos. How do you say good luck? How do you say good luck in Spanish? I don't know. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. No, that's not. That's not how you say it. I don't know how to say it. Oh, they've got women down here too. Okay. What does that one say? Claudia Preservienta Pendeja. What's pendeja? Pendeja? English? No, Spanish. What is that? Pendeja? Spanish to English. What is that? What does that mean? Ooh. What's that?
Pendeja.
What does that mean?
Asshole.
Oh. That's not nice. That is very rude. That's a very rude thing to say. I can't believe that they would say that. That is not appropriate. What is a puta madre? What does that mean? What are you doing? You know, he's trying to chip off chunks of concrete that they can throw at the police. This is what it feels like to be level 1 in World of Warcraft. You log into World of Warcraft, you are a level 1 warrior. This is what you're doing. Yep. Anyway, he's trying to make concrete that he can throw at the police. We've got them they're doing the same thing up here. Our Antifa members, they're doing the same thing. We've seen that before. We have seen that. Okay, I am out here scanning for more, ladies and gentlemen. Gracias. Hey, gracias. Bienvenidos a la mi stream. Mi stream, mi broadcast, S2 broadcast. Bienvenidos. Ooh, I've got something here. Another little, a little update. Can I play this? Where is that? So this is on the ground in the square as it is currently. Why do you bring your 5-year-old daughter down here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Beautiful buildings. Wow. Yeah, why do you bring your kid down here? You gotta be out of your damn mind. That's on the ground. Crazy. Policia. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in right now, we have a bunch of rambunctious Mexicans. And the reason why they're feeling a little bit rowdy today is because they are down here protesting Presidente Claudia Sheinbaum, who they say is bought and paid for and controlled by the cartels. By the cartels. Do you think down in Mexico they talk about the cartels like up here in America people talk about the Jews or Israel? You think it's kind of a similar dynamic? It's like, why did this happen? Oh, it's probably the Jews. Oh, it's probably Israel. Israel did it. That went down in Mexico, it's like, yeah, it's the cartels. Probably. Or both. Maybe it's both down there. Maybe it's both. Maybe they say the cartels are operated by Israel. How deep does that rabbit? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway. Definitely they don't. I don't know. This is in a different spot. So I'm seeing reports now in the last 10 minutes that multiple states in Mexico are experiencing massive civil unrest. So this is not just Mexico City anymore, it's actually across the entire country. And I'm gonna start pulling up some clips here of that all over the place here soon in a moment. I've got some more. I'm Mexican, Matt, you can ask me. My wife doesn't let me talk to Mexicans. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not allowed. Okay, I actually have another update here. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some of this other footage down here. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. Just all-out clash, total brawl. He's got the fire extinguisher. Ripped his flag. This is off the chain. Okay, so folks, this is in Guadalajara, maybe? It's in a different spot. Yeah, it is. So like I said, this is now expanding beyond Mexico City. Now it's happening all over the place, all over the country. Isn't this the flag from, it's some anime? I guess Mexicans are a big fan of anime. I guess. This is a massive level of civil unrest. This is like tens of thousands of people in Mexico City alone that are involved in this right now, and then more in other cities as well, it seems. I don't want to play that one. Yeah, there's the pirate flag again from the anime. How can you support the cause? If you want to support the cause, You should go to Taco Bell and order some food at Taco Bell. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just making it up. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Now, that is the Mexican. No, that is not the Mexican flag. It's the flag from the anime One Piece. One Piece. One Piece flag. It's from a TV show. Yeah. Yeah, this. This is it. It's a Japanese cartoon about pirates, about magic pirates or something. And so I don't know why all these Mexicans have taken to this flag, but I guess that's what they're doing. It's from a Japanese cartoon, is what they're doing. We're seeing a lot of that flag down there. Now, folks, it's a little bit of a reminder. Up here on the big screen, this is the protest / riot as it was about an hour ago. Up here in the top right, that is actually our live feed of how things currently stand right now. This is live. And so the police have, at this moment, have been able to successfully clear out this public square. But as far as I understand, I'm reading on Twitter here, there's maybe some action to be expected once things get a little bit darker. And I think that makes a lot of sense, you know. We see that always. Things get dark, things get crazy. Things get dark, things get crazy. Now, Richard Waring, he says, thank you, by the way, thank you very much. He says, wonder if her refusing Trump's offer to help and openly telling him we should not be doing anything about the cartel, anything to do with this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the Mexican public feels about Trump's offer to bomb the cartels. I don't know. So, you know what? Let me ask a question, okay? If you are a Mexican person living in Mexico, tuning into this broadcast right now on Rumble or on YouTube, do you want Trump to bomb the cartels in Mexico? Is that something you want? And we're going to see how people feel. And by the way, you are only allowed to answer that question if you are a Mexican in Mexico. Nobody else. Yes, they want it. Sí. Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Okay, there you go. Sí, señor. Amazing. Yes, also the government. Okay, slow down there. Folks, this is... Allegedly, this is happening in Guadalajara, Puebla, Mexico City. There's protests similar. This is in Puebla. This is right now in Puebla, happening live. A different city. It's all over the place. Just so many people, man. Oh, wow, look at that. This is in Puebla, Mexico. There's a fight breaking out over there, look at that. What are they doing here? It's just nuts. It's crazy down here. It's crazy down here. That is footage coming out of Puebla, just about half hour ago. And I'm gonna keep on scanning all over the place for live footage, so keep on tuning in here, folks. I will say again, if you are new, do me a favor, make sure to hit the like button, like the broadcast, subscribe, I appreciate it, folks. Welcome to the show. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We had to do an emergency Saturday afternoon broadcast, and the reason why is because these Mexicans are getting a little bit rambunctious. They're getting a little bit caliente. Can't deny that. Breaking news, Mexico has had enough with the cartels and the corrupt politicians. Breaking news, that is what this is all about. Mexico has had enough of the cartels and the corrupt politicians. And so they are out here protesting. They say that Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, is controlled. She's bought and paid for, bought off. She's corrupt. She's working with the cartels, turning a blind eye to the cartels. Barry N. McGrowan says, did Nancy Pelosi create the Mexican insurrection? Yeah, rumor has it that Claudia Sheinbaum requested 12,000 Mexican National Guardsmen, and Nancy Pelosi turned them away. I don't know. Hey, I don't know, man. Oh. What? Wait, what is going on here, folks? I need to make sure this video is not too bad. Some of this is pretty brutal. Okay, I think, I mean, yeah, down here on the streets, it really is just crazy down here.
Amigos de la derecha diario, estas son imágenes de cómo el gobierno está atacando a mujeres.
The police are down here just roughing people up. Break it up, break it up.
No tengo palabras para describirlos. Amigos de la derecha diario.
Crazy down here. Es muy loco. Mexico es muy loco.
¡Carlos Manso!
Are they doing the arm thing? Hold up, wait a minute. Are they doing the arm thing? Because it kinda looked like it a little bit. I don't know, but hey. I don't know. But I don't know. Because it kind of looks like it. They're saying they want more salsa. Yo necesita más salsa. Maybe. That's what I say when I go to the Mexican restaurant. They bring you the bowl of chips and the little thing of salsa, and it's never enough salsa. I say, hey, listen, yo necesita más salsa. I get it. We've all been there. Now, I don't go around attacking buildings and assaulting police officers when I need more salsa. I just say, hey, listen, please. Please, some more salsa, please. But that is what is going on down here. Another protester was injured A victim of the repression during the Generation Z march. So this is specifically a Generation Z march. Young Mexicans that have had enough of the cartels. He's injured. Take care of this guy. This is nuts. Totally nuts. Totally nuts. We have a big super chat here from Gonfall. He says, should Trump liberate Mexico, we could strengthen Mexico's economy by bringing peace. In turn, it would be good for American immigration problem and can boost the U.S. economy. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that the U.S. should start carrying out targeted strikes on the Mexican mainland, blowing up cartel operations? Oh boy. Now, I'm pulling something up here. Now what do we have here? I'm not sure what they're saying. Claudia, si estás something chingo tu madre. Claudia, si está. Claudia, yes. Where are you? Chingo your mother. I don't know what this means. I need a translator. I don't know what this says. I need to have a translator. I don't know what that says. But here's the curious thing to me. I recognize this cartoon character. This is Dinkelberg from the Fairly Odd Parents. This was a cartoon that was popular when I was a kid. It was on Nickelodeon. Is this an anti-Semitic? Is this another anti-Semitic thing? It's Dinkelberg. Wait, no, this isn't Dinkelberg. This is the dad of Timmy from the Fair. Never mind. It's actually not Dinkelberg. It's a different character. My bad. Something about tacos? I don't know. I don't know. That's the dad. Yeah, right. What did that one say? Claudia Assassina. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna open up a translator. Assassina. Murderous. Claudia Murderous is what that sign says. Whoa. They are not fans. They do not like her. She's a murderess. She's like an assassin. Nobody likes Claudia. Make Mexico great again. I mean, it sure would be great if Mexico was like a functioning country. Same for Canada. Imagine if Canada and Mexico were both functioning countries, man. That would be good. But alas, that's not the world we live in. Oh, I've got another update video for you folks here. I'm going to pull this up. Ladies and gentlemen. This is just on the ground here. Yep. So at least in the square here, things are peaceful. And that is, by the way, that is what we have a live feed of right here. Please stop spamming the chat. If you're spamming the chat, please don't do that. Thank you very much. However, you should like and subscribe. Instead of spamming the chat, you should like and subscribe. Thank you very much. This is our live feed in the top right. The square here is live. They have, at the moment, they have dispersed the protesters and the rioters. This footage we have up right now, this was filmed, this is footage from about 1 hour ago. So we have that up here, in addition to a live feed in the top right, and then also I am bringing up clips and updates. I'm tell you what, I'm seeing a lot of clips here popping up on Twitter of people that are being injured. Like they've got bloody, their faces are bloody. They're totally covered in blood. But those clips I am not going to pull up right now. Now here's a clip from about an hour ago. This is in a different location, obviously, a little bit down the road. Look at that. Feels kind of like the world is on fire right now, don't you think so? And it doesn't even matter, like, which way you look. Like, Mexico, they're having their issues. Canada is obviously having their issues. I'm just happy America doesn't have any issues. Europe has issues, everybody has issues. I'm just happy that we don't have any issues at all, whatsoever, in America. In the United States of America. Not even one, I can't think of a single one. Lucky. Really just lucky. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But yeah, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, everywhere is pretty much on fire right now. That's what it kind of feels like. Whoa. They got that guy with the flag. Look at that. Look at the guy with the flag right here in the middle. Okay. Boom. Put that flag away. The police are rushing in, making arrests about an hour ago. Yeah. Amazing. Man, there are so many people. There were and still are. Now they're a little bit more dispersed, but so many people out here today in Mexico. Shocking. No, that's right. This is not America. This is Mexico. This is what's going on in Mexico today. They are protesting the cartel's influence in the government. And this guy's a part of it here too. I'll talk about, in fact, there's a super chat talking about him. This is the guy who I believe was assassinated. Maybe we've got a good explanation here. Let me pull this up. We have a super chat here. Carlos Manzo Rodriguez, the mayor of Uruapan, Mexico, was shot and killed the Day of the Dead celebrations, November. I think it was November 1st. He was a vocal critic of organized crime and was shot multiple times during a public festival. Yeah, so we were talking about that maybe like 45 minutes ago. He was shot 7 times. I believe it was on November 1st by a 17-year-old young man who was high on methamphetamine and some other drugs. Now, as far as I understand it, the cartel actually compelled this 17-year-old kid, young man, to shoot Carlos Rodriguez. The cartel didn't like this guy, this politician, this mayor, Carlos. The cartel took this 17-year-old kid, maybe had him take a bunch of methamphetamine, get him all tweaked up in his brain, and said, all right, go shoot him, go kill him. And so he went out there and shot him 7 times. And so, yeah, so people are mad about that. They're mad about cartel influence. They're saying Claudia Scheinbaum is bought and paid for, controlled by the cartels, similarly. So it's like a whole thing. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, yeah. That seems to be kind of the gist of it. I remember hearing about a ton of killings right before she was elected wild. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, a lot of smaller local politicians were killed. I'm gonna sneeze here. So there's that. Okay, I got my sneeze out. Bless you. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I got it out of my system. Complete and total mayhem. Down here in Mexico. Down here in Mexico. So, I mean, really, I was going to say Mexico City, but really, as we now know, it's pretty much across the entire country. And so once again, I guess I don't frankly understand the entire context of this, but I'm seeing another one of these flags, which has this character from Fairly Odd Parents. I don't get the joke. I don't get the meme. Claudia, si estás mirando, chinga tu madre. It's that same joke, I guess. It's the Gen Z way of protesting? Okay. So there's another one of those. Now I'll put our feed back up here. I'm getting all types of clips up here ready for you guys. Everybody stand by here. I'm getting it all pulled up. It'll be curious to see here as the night goes on if the protesters try to continue their protesting back in the main town square here. We'll see if they push back into that area. More evidence of the brutal suppression. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of stuff pulled up here. Matt, that means a bad saying about your mom. Don't say that. Okay, sorry, my bad. My bad. I didn't know that. Well, hey, thank you. Salute or surrender? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No hablo. No hablo español. Lo siento. I took 2 terms of Spanish class in high school, and I didn't pay attention at all. Honestly. Now, today, I wish I did. Today, I wish I did pay attention, but I didn't. So now we just have to deal with that, I guess. I'm pulling up a lot of videos here. Yeah, I'm gonna have a ton of stuff to show you guys here in just a minute. I'm scouring. We have another big super chat. Okay, no, I got that one. Okay, thank you. And also peanuts. And peanuts again. Thank you. I know just enough. Really, if I'm going to be learning any language, ich muss lernen Deutsch. Da meine Frau ist aus Deutschland. I need to be learning German. For a while, I was doing German, every day, German practice. Aber ich bin schlecht und beschäftigt. I don't know. I don't know. No, not schlecht. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know what I'm saying, honestly. Who knows? Why? Because my wife is German. My wife is all the way from Germany. And so half of our family is living in Germany. All my in-laws, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, everybody. Okay, now I have some more updates here for you. I've got some more to show you. This is about an hour ago. On the ground. Just crazy. Big movements out there. Amazing. I've got another one. This is today in Zocalo? Zocalo? Uh-huh. Once again, man, they love these pirate flags from the anime. There are just so many people out here today. They are riled up. Zoran Mamdani should give his angry speeches in German. You know the funny thing about German? It doesn't even matter what you say. If you say it angrily, you will sound like Hitler. Like you could say, Ich liebe meine Frau und ich liebe meine Kinder. You sound like Hitler. But really, I said I love my wife and I love my kids. I love my wife and I love my kids. It's all about how you say it. Anyway, there's a lot of Mexicans out here today. All over the country. It's not just Mexico City, it's everywhere. So, let me tell you something here. You know what I'm noticing? When we have these big protests, like the No Kings rally recently, you see a lot of the same signs because they're all bought and paid for. They're funded by NGOs, right? They all have the same equipment, the same signs, the same posters. Out here in Mexico today, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that they all have the same equipment or the same signs or the same posters or flyers. Are you? All of this stuff seems like pretty, dare I say, authentic. It seems like this is more of an authentic thing that's happening right now. I'm not seeing a lot of duplicates. It's like everybody kind of has their own sign, generally speaking, right? It seems a little bit more natural and authentic what's going on out here today. We just saw that one. I've got another one here. What is this guy saying?
Van a morir, 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 culeros van a morir, 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 venimos armados, venimos armados, van a morir, venimos armados, van a morir.
Doesn't like him. I don't know what he's saying. Okay, what is this individual? He says, they're going to die. We come with weapons. Oh. That is how the Generation Z thugs were threatening the police officers. The right is murderous. So, I'm just trying to get a better understanding here of Spanish, or not Spanish, Mexican politics here. Is it said that all of these protesters out here are right-wing? Is that the allegation, that these protesters out here are right-wing? Maybe they are saying that because I know Claudia Sheinbaum, she has a left-wing government. So, is this the allegation? Is that the protesters out here, this is a right-wing protest? Is that the narrative right now? I'm taking a look. No. No? Okay. No, it's not. Okay. This is another one. Out with Morena, with the banner of the Virgin Guadalupe. Patriotic citizens of Generation Z Youth March in Puebla.
Y el artículo 39 de la Constitución es bien claro, que si el pueblo pide la revocación de cualquier servidor público, debe renunciar cualquier mal gobierno. No lo digo yo, lo dice la Constitución en el artículo 39. Realmente
I see a super chat here on YouTube. It says, is this the GameStop line for midnight release of World of Warcraft? 15, 16 years ago? Yeah, it might have been. These days? Maybe not. These days, maybe not. Now, folks, in Mexico, it is starting to get a little bit darker, which is when people are having some concern, I don't know, of riots breaking out. Things are a little bit more dicey. Beautiful building. We've got to respect some nice architecture. But sun is going to be totally down in maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. This, what we have up here, is footage from about 1 hour ago. And actually, very soon in this footage, you're going to see how the police started kind of pushing people out of the square. I want to play that. I'm going to leave that up here. You guys can see exactly how they pushed all these people out. They kind of herded the crowd here. Now I see Wumpy Gaming. He says, by the way, thank you very much. He says, as a Spanish speaker, I've been watching these all day today, and here are some of the chants. Narco government, let us in, you are complicit, F your mother, Sheinbaum, out with Morena is the political party. Okay. So as a recap, if you're tuning in, no hablo español, what are they saying? Narco government, let us in, you are complicit, F your mother, Sheinbaum, and out with Morena. There you have it. And thank you. Thank you. We have a translator in the building. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is from Rayhick, says, this is why I get upset at influencers without discernment. They are fighting cartels that are killing them, and their good leaders wake up. Are you talking to me? Who do you think needs to wake up? I don't know if you were here. I said about 25 minutes ago, I said, yeah, listen, if your government is operated by cartels, they're human trafficking, killing people, spreading narcotics, this is probably an appropriate response. I said that about a half hour ago. Whoa. What do you do? You can only tolerate a super corrupt, deadly government for so long, I guess, you know. Wake up. Yeah, wake up. Hey, wake up. I think, yeah, I mean, I think everybody knows the cartels are run in Mexico. Yeah. Yep. Plasma Stream says, over on Rumble, he says, listen to Hitler's speeches. What he says, what he was saying was not far from what you said at all. He was being passionate. He was talking about love and all of his angry speeches, angry for what happened to them. I have listened to Hitler's speeches. I've heard what he's had to say. I have listened to the speeches. I even... Probably, can I tell you something? Maybe I'm gonna get in trouble here. I might get in trouble. Everybody these days, hold up, watch, pay attention. The police, this is when the police pushed out and they kind of take control of the square here. Everybody these days, they're always talking about Nazis. You're a Nazi, everybody's a Nazi. Trump is like Hitler. You're a Hitler. If you voted for Trump, you're a Nazi. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna read the guy's book. You know what? If every single day I have to hear about Hitler and the Nazis, every damn day of my life I wake up, you know what? I'm gonna see what the guy had to say. So I read his book. I've read the Communist Manifesto. I said, listen, if everybody's gonna be talking about, similarly, communists, you're a communist, he's a communist, well, I might as well read the damn book and see what it's about. I've read all the legendary books, all those crazy books. That's crazy, you listen to his speeches. Well, once again, it's kind of the same point. If every single day I have to hear people talk about Hitler and the Nazis, I might as well see what they had to say, right? I might as well kind of like clue myself in a little bit. That just kind of makes sense to me. Kind of makes sense to me. I'm a big time reader. I've read them all. Every day. Maybe 45 minutes or 1 hour every day, gotta read. I have not read Mao's Little Red Book. I haven't read that. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Or maybe not. Now, hold up. I have another clip here. Urgent. Generation Z protesters are attempting to take over the government palace in Guadalajara at this moment. At this very moment.
A la verga.
Oh my good lord, look at that. Wow. Wow. They are breaking in there. They're ripping the doors off the hinges. So Americans, I bet you're happy we have a secure border now, huh? Are you happy that President Trump has shut down this border? Yep. I'm gonna play this again now. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the blue spray is. There's another clip here similar. Ladies and gentlemen, they are in the building. The Generation Z has taken over the building, I don't know, Capitol building or what, in Guadalajara, Mexico. Look at that. Amazing. Wow.
¿Ya le prendieron fuego adentro? ¿Ya le prendieron fuego adentro?
These Mexicans are these are some pissed off Mexicans if I've ever seen them. Mexican J6? I don't know. January says. How do you, what is January in Spanish? I don't know.
El dedo. ¿Ya le prendieron fuego adentro? ¿Ya le prendieron fuego adentro?
This YouTube creator is the worst commentator. Jeez. Well, then don't watch. Don't watch, dummy. Nobody's forcing you to be here, dum-dum. If I really bother you that much. What I will say, though, hey, is if you do enjoy the show, not like that guy, he doesn't enjoy it. If you do, make sure to drop a follow, subscribe. Everybody, welcome to the community, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here, I appreciate it. I like everybody in the chat today, other than that one guy. Other than that one guy, I like everybody else here. Welcome to the show, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm trying to find some more clips, breaking news, I'm pulling them up for you today. I'm looking for the updates. Wow. I think today, ladies and gentlemen, actually probably is a big moment in Mexican history. I think it probably is. Is that fair to say, Mexicans? Do you think today is like is it a pretty big day? It's a pretty big day down in Mexico today? To me? Seems like it. Seems like it's kind of a big deal down here. I'm still out here, sweeping for updates here. Yeah, you think so? Okay. Steampunked. Hey, welcome. Thank you to the show. Thank you very much. Eyes on the National Palace. Okay, one moment here. The Bible warned of all of this. The Bible warned of riot in Mexico City. Maybe. You know, I'm reading the Old Testament. You know, I've never read any of the Bible before in my life. Now I'm an adult man. I'm 31. I'm an adult, kind of. And anyway, no, I'm reading the entire Bible, start to finish, Old Testament, all the way into the New Testament. And I'm reading, I'm working my way through Samuel 2. Last night, I read the book of, the story of Uriah. King David, and how he mistreated Uriah the Hittite. Man, Uriah got the short end of the stick on that one. Can you believe it? King David steals Uriah's wife, and then Uriah, he's a nice guy, he's loyal. He was fighting in the military for the Hebrews. King David, he takes his wife and then sends him to the front lines, has him killed in battle. And God was not happy with King David. God was not happy about that, the good Lord. He punished King David for that. You remember that? Uriah the Hittite. Yeah, sorry. Spoilers, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. What a jerk. Yeah, King David, I know the Jews, they love him. He seems like kind of a dick a little bit. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of Uriah. Or of King David. Uriah seems nice. Seems like a nice guy. I'm out here pulling up more updates for you guys here, folks. Stand by. Breaking news. Claudia Sheinbaum continues ordering massive repression against the patriotic protesters. Nuts. Craziness. Okay, yep, I have a couple things I'm going to show you here in just a moment, please. So first off, I've got a series of images I'll show you. They're saying, this will go down in history. This Mexican police officer has a machete. Look at that. Shah-hia. Wow. If you get your hand up there, he's gonna chop your hand off. He'll chop your damn hand. This guy, in fact, speak of the... This guy's got a bloody hand. What do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? What do we have? This is a communist flag he's wearing as a cape of sorts. We have the communist flag out here. We don't like to see that. Unbelievable. So they've got communists down there in Mexico too. They've got them everywhere these days. This guy is injured, it looks like. Yeah, he's injured. Yeah. This is another protest in Morelia? A different place. This is across the entire country. It's everywhere. Everywhere. It's everywhere. So, am I the only one thinking this? Mexico, at least in these cities, is not looking so bad. It looks like, it's nice. You know, I'm sure if you get out of the big cities, maybe it's a little bit worse, but the cities are, I don't know, seem fine. Some of these Mexican cities are better than some of the American cities. I'd rather be here in Morelia than in, Chicago. Eyes on the roof of the... This is the National Palace, is what this is. So that's the building here, National Palace. Oh yeah, you've got like secret, like Mexican Secret Service agents or something up there on the roof. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Stand by here. Now, I have a couple super chats I want to go through. This is Moonraker X1V. He says, watching other channels, seeing a lot of hate Blanco. The black bloc guys in the cities, lots of anti-white sentiment being shown. In Mexico today, you know what I will tell you? I've heard so many stories of Mexicans that are unhappy with white people in Mexico, either native Mexican white people, they exist, or Mexican or white people from other countries moving to Mexico and like gentrifying certain neighborhoods. Get this, Mexicans are unhappy with white people moving to Mexico and making some of the neighborhoods nicer. Imagine that! Now they know how we feel. Now they kind of know how we feel, except sometimes when the Mexicans come into the US, some of the neighborhoods actually end up getting worse. So, hey, you know what? I'm not exactly going to be shedding any tears for them, because we've been kind of dealing with the opposite. Yeah, a little bit, it's a little bit ironic, you can't help but notice that. Now this is Wumpy Gaming, he says, real talk, this is so tragic, multiple generations are so fed up with this. I have family in Mexico, I can't visit, I'm almost 30, I live in USA, I was born here, Trump come and end the cartels. Man, I would love to know. I don't know if like a survey has been conducted. Once again, the question is, what percent of Mexicans living in Mexico would be happy to have Trump blow the living hell out of the cartels? I don't know. You know, if you give me a minute, maybe I can try to look into this. Just like as a premise here, it is kind of depressing that because the Mexican government is so incapable of solving their own cartel problem, that, you know, we're sitting here having a conversation about the US coming in and blowing them up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get, like, an actual answer to this question, but I'm looking into it here for a minute, at least. I'll look into this. Great, here comes another Mexican holiday that we'll be forced to celebrate in the United States. Yeah, maybe so. Although I see you have a Texan flag. Maybe, you know, up here we don't really celebrate a lot of Mexican holidays up in the PNW because we don't have a whole lot of Mexicans. Texas is what, like 40 or 45% Hispanic or something like that. It's a lot. Maybe that's why it's down in Texas. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I actually have an answer. Okay, everybody listen up here. Based on recent polling data from Mexico, approximately 46% of Mexicans would support U.S. collaboration with Mexican forces to combat drug cartels, including potential joint or covert operations. This figure comes from a 2024 Reforma survey from December, which found a 46% favorable towards U.S. help, while 50% oppose 50% oppose involvement like that. So 46% yay, 50% nay. 4%, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's close, 50, almost approximate 50-50. Plasma Stream on Rumble, he says, Matt, you should read Gaddafi's Little Green Book. It's excellent. It seems there's another way we can do things. Not a big book. Good read, though. Gaddafi's. I haven't even heard of it. Little Green Book. Maybe I'll bookmark that. I will tell you something right now. My book log is like... I have probably 25 or 30 books that are on my list. On my to-read list. And like I said, I read every day. Every day. 45 minutes up to an hour. And I've got a long backlog. Got a lot of books on the list. But you know what? Maybe I can add that onto the list. Maybe it's going on the list. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, folks. Now I'm, okay, you know what? Maybe we have new people tuning in. I want to explain what's going on here. Okay, so everybody pay attention. In the top right, I'll make it a little bit bigger. This is our live broadcast. This is the live feed right now. What you are watching on the big screen right now, this is footage, live footage, well, footage from about an hour ago. About an hour ago. And so I'm kind of giving you a little bit of a before and an after. Right now, it seems as if the police have, the Mexican police, they've pretty much secured this big square, this big public square. This is in, Mexico City. And so now what I'm doing is I'm scanning all over the internet and I'm pulling up clips of new breaking news emergent events that are happening, unfolding right now. Like, example, I have an example of that right this very moment. Pay attention here. Take a look at this. After gassing the people, they cowardly retreat into the building. Take a look. Mexican police are retreating inside of the building. That woman sounds like a monkey. Wow. This is a big day in Mexico. Big day. Wow. Yeah, they are, They're riled up, to say the least. And I'm still looking for more updates out here. I'm pulling them up. I've got another little clip here. Mexican police here just blocking off a roadway. Wow, look at them. Wow, that is... So, they are showing full force. These ones have fire hydrants, or not fire hydrants, fire extinguishers, looks like. That's a lot of them. Look at that. They're not messing around. Full force here. It's hundreds of them. Ready to go, ready for action. Should action arise? I have an image here showing some injured police officers. Look at him, he's got a machete. He has a machete. Dude. Is this really a proper... Should a police officer be carrying a freaking machete? I mean, really, there's only one thing a machete is good for, and that's cutting things, slicing and dicing. Are they looking to slice and dice out there? Now, I'm looking to see, do the police out here, do they actually have handguns on them? I don't think they do. Look at this guy. Look. His handgun, his, what's it called? His holster. The holster is empty. This guy in the back, his holster is empty. I can't see any others. It seems like the police here today, they didn't bring sidearms with them. It seems like maybe they're not carrying guns. However, they are carrying machetes. Yeah, you know what? Maybe he's going to go cook up some nice carne asada. Maybe he says, man, it's been a long day dealing with these protesters. Now it's time to cook up some carne asada. And so he has this machete to slice up the beef. The asada, maybe. I don't know. Oh, guys, he says Mexico outlawed guns for citizens and the police have to check weapons back into the PD armory when leaving work. Cartels don't follow laws, so they are heavily armed. Mexico's not the USA. They can do as they please. Yes, I understand all that. My unique curiosity was, why do these police officers, they are police officers, on the day of a riot or a protest, they're not carrying sidearms? I understand Mexican citizens can't really carry guns wherever they want, and I also understand Mexican cartel members, they do carry guns, they don't follow the law, they're criminals. But the police officers on a day like this, I kind of would have assumed that they would have some type of sidearm with them. But I guess not. It could be that they're worried about civilians stealing or taking their sidearm, so they're not carrying them. That could be a part of it. It's pretty easy to rip off somebody's pistol in like a heated moment down there, where it's very close quarters. Could be the case. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. I've got another little video popping up here. Take a look at this one. It's all over the place. Man, listen, I hate to get a little bit tangential here. You gotta hand it to the Greeks. The Greeks, 2,500, 2,600 years ago, what are they making? They're making these beautiful Corinthian pillars. Still to this day, 2,500 years later, we are still... Really, the Greeks are the progenitors of Western society. It evolves into the Romans, into the Romans. And then Christianity gets involved. Wow, but man, it all goes back to the Greeks. We're still doing it. We're still doing it. The Greeks are the OGs. It all goes back. They kicked off the entire thing, didn't they? You gotta give respect where it's due. And I'm out here, I'm looking for more updates here for you folks. I'll show you a little something here, folks. Oh. Stand by. One moment here. Okay, look at this. Can I zoom in on this? So they're saying, listen, be careful because there are Mexican military personnel on the rooftops. Is what they're... I mean, yeah, I mean, that would make sense. It would make sense that you would have military snipers up on the roof in case things get crazy or whatever. I don't know. That doesn't particularly surprise me, I guess. They're up here kind of ducking behind the ramparts. They're up on the ramparts up there. Yeah, that's not exactly surprising. Today's demonstration really just is absolutely massive, and the thing is, it's not just in Mexico City either. It is seemingly like everywhere. This was about 2 hours ago now. So folks, do you see this big empty square? This is the live feed up here in the top right. Now it's empty. This is what it looked like 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago here. That's nuts. That's crazy. Crazy. Chandra, 2456, thank you very much. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Says, born and bred in Texas, countless holidays. Excuse me. And mercy missions into the interior. These are my happiest memories. I love the people. Sadly, I feel like I'll never get to go back there, and it breaks my heart. I'm trying to make sense. Hold up. You're born and bred in Texas, but you're not there now, and you miss Texas, or you were doing missions into Mexico and you miss Mexico. Maybe that. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. You know, I'll tell you guys something. I think, like, generally, I have a pretty high impression of Mexicans and the Mexican people. I do. I just don't want too many of them in my country. Is that fair? And that is a feeling that I feel mutually for pretty much every other group of people. Like, you guys know, I love Japanese. I love them. I love Japanese people. However, I don't think that 50% of America should be Japanese, because then we kind of stop being American. America is a unique country with a history and a culture and an ethnic makeup and a legacy and a lineage. And so, you know, I like Mexicans. Sure, I like them. But, you know, everybody's got their own country. That's kind of how I feel. You know, you feel the same way? That's how I feel, at least. We have a massive super chat from guys, another one. That's a big one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He says, police have very strict laws and policies that are not ours. Cartels run everything. That is why the riots. Mexican citizens are pissed off, yeah. Especially after the president of Mexico, which told Trump and Bukele to F off, she said was doing nothing about the cartels. Yeah. That seems to be the case. That seems to be the case. I think this is maybe non-controversial to say. Mexico seems like a cartel-operated nation. Its government seems like semi-illegitimate, if not completely illegitimate. And it sucks because now the problems of Mexico have been flooding into America, and now we have to deal with Mexico's problems. So it is a problem. So you know what? I am praying. I'm praying. I'm gonna pray for Mexico that they can fix some of these issues. We gotta pray for Mexico, fix the issues, get rid of the cartels. Good luck. Really, sincerely, good luck. Maybe we end up helping a little bit someday. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? No, thank you. That's a big super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to hop around here and continue scanning for... okay. I'm gonna get a big group of updates ready for you folks, then we can look at all of them at once here. So stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. But it is going down in Mexico. Yes, it is. I'm pulling up updates here. It is nuts to consider just how many Mexican police are out here right now. There's hundreds of them out marching about, full force, full display of force. I wonder what Claudia Sheinbaum is doing right now. What is Mrs.? I wonder if she's making any tweets. What is El Presidente Claudia Sheinbaum? There she is. What does she have to say? 23 minutes ago. She made a post that said, in Hunuta, Tabasco, we deliver Benito Juarez scholarship cards to high school students. Okay, so she is just ignoring all of this. She is just not really interested. She hasn't even issued any statement at all about this. 2 hours ago, she's down in Tabasco, Mexico, doing something. What is she doing? There she is.
No mucho. Subió el salario mínimo. Todas esas transformaciones. Así que esta beca que reciben hoy.
So, in Mexico, it seems like half the country, maybe more, just absolutely hates Claudia Sheinbaum. Luckily, we don't have that problem in America. Every single American loves President Trump. 100%. Is that fair to say? Maybe 99. Maybe it's 99. 99.9% of Americans love President Trump, right? I think that's fair to say. Probably something like that. No doubt, no doubt. Now we have another big super chat here from Chandra. Okay, thank you for the correction. She says, you read me correctly. I miss seeing Mexican people when I'm in Mexico. Okay, I'm American, but my holidays and mercy missions into Mexico truly are my happiest memory. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I try to make sense of that. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Can I tell you a little bit of a funny story here? This story is actually absolutely insane. You're not going to believe it. It's a little personal story. As many of you know, so my wife is a German woman from Germany, and we met each other on the internet in 2020, late 2020, or I think early 2021. It was during the early days of COVID, and we actually met each other playing World of Warcraft. We were both playing World of Warcraft. And so we kind of online dated for a couple months, and then we said, hey, listen, it would be great. We should meet up in real life. You got to come to the U.S. I'm living in the U.S. Come on over. And we'll see if we hit it off in real life also, because it's different online versus internet. The problem was Joe Biden was president. It was early 2021. Joe Biden was the president, and this is early COVID era. Joe Biden had issued these absolutely ridiculous COVID travel restrictions. And one of these restrictions was, if you had been in Europe at any point in the last 14 days, you were not allowed to come into the US. That was a COVID travel rule. However, and the problem was my wife, or my girlfriend, I guess, at that point, was in Europe. She was in Germany. And so I'm saying, man, how can I get you into the US? What can we do here? I gotta get you out of Europe. You need to be out of Europe for 14 days before you can come in the US. Now I'm looking around. There were no such rules for Mexico. Anybody from, it's Joe Biden's presidency. Anybody from Mexico could come in the country. There were no COVID era travel restrictions for anybody coming from Mexico. And so I hatched a genius idea. My genius idea was, I said, well, what if we fly you from Germany down to Mexico? We park your ass down in Mexico for 2 weeks just to get you out of Europe. And then after you've been in Mexico for 2 weeks, then we fly into the United States. That seems like a good idea. And so that's exactly what we did. And it worked out perfectly. And by the way, it was totally legal. We got married, we got a green card. And now my wife is here legally, and she was always here legally, but the point is everything worked out. And so it's just like, it was so stupid, these COVID era Joe Biden travel restrictions. It was totally stupid. But anyway, the point of the story is the very first time I ever actually met my wife, my girlfriend, at that point, in real life, was in Cancun in Mexico. The first time we ever actually hugged or kissed or saw each other in real life was in Cancun. Because we flew her from Germany down to Cancun for 2 weeks. So how funny is that? It was just like, this is like the perfect example of how stupid Joe Biden's COVID policies were. Totally stupid. But everything worked out. It was all good. It was all by the books. It was all by the books. Mamdani is from Israel. I don't think Mamdani is from Israel. I think Mamdani is actually from Uganda. He's an Indian from Uganda that then became a refugee in America. And now he's a communist mayor in New York. So that's awesome. Yeah. Now, a couple videos here, now that I've told my super funny story, a couple videos I'll share with you. Take a look at this. That individual there, what is he doing? He's getting concrete blocks to throw at the police. And so what type of signs do you see? You see an anarchy sign. I see a cross. I just see all types of signs. Anarchy sign, there's a cross. I don't know what huelga. What does huelga mean? Real quick here. Spanish to English. I've seen a lot of these signs. It must be somebody's name because it doesn't actually translate. I don't know what that means. But he's making concrete blocks. We've seen Antifa members up here in the US do exactly the same thing. Breaking concrete to throw at people. And then there's another video here I wanted to show you. What were these guys doing on the roof of the National Palace? I don't think it's particularly mysterious what these guys on the roof were doing. These are like, you know, the Mexican equivalent of the socials, not social, of the Secret Service. That would be my guess. Mexican Secret Service. Protecting the building. Oh, hi Lincoln Craig, hey there. Huelga equals strike. Strike. Okay, thank you. Snipers, yeah, maybe. Crazy. Strike. I'm gonna pause that, bring this back up here. You know what, I will tell you what, at this point, folks, I am just going to bring the live feed up onto the big screen. Let's do that. Okay, big screen, live feed is what we have. Look at the beautiful lights. The beautiful lights are coming on. That's the audio. So, the police here, they have successfully pushed these protesters and rioters out of the square here. Ask any Mexican, that's not Roman, it's Aztec. What, those pillars you saw? Those are definitely Greek pillars. I don't think the Aztecs had pillars like that. Did the Aztecs have Corinthian pillars? I don't think so. Not that I've seen. I'm out here scanning for updates here, folks. Thank you very much. Also, hey, I will say once again, if you folks are new to the broadcast, to the show, make sure to like and make sure to subscribe on Rumble and on YouTube. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Now, I will tell you something that is a little bit Aztec looking, if I may. I see this here. What is this? From the Yucatan. Ah, they put the pirate flag up here at this Yucatan Peninsula monument or something, whatever this is. So pretty much a bunch of young anime watchers they've taken over Mexico. A bunch of Gen Z anime fans have taken over the entire country. Seems to be the case, yeah. The anime fans are in control. There you have it. There you have it. Oops. There's our live feed. Okay, we got the live feed. Pull up an image here. I see this report. It says they did everything they could to prevent Zocalo from filling up, and yet they filled it up anyway. This is this central square. Zocalo is the name, I guess. They blocked all the access points, leaving only a bottleneck, intimidated the participants with shock groups, and yet the young people and other generations who supported it made it happen. President, do not ignore their demands. The young people deserve a different future. Okay, now I'm curious though. Stand by here. What demands specifically are the Mexican making of Claudia Sheinbaum? I wonder if there's like any comprehensive list of demands I can read anywhere. What exactly do they want? See that? Okay, here's what they want. Immediate military and federal intervention, deployment of additional National Guard troops, federal agents, and resources to dismantle cartel operations, including extortion rackets targeting avocado farmers and lime farmers. Protesters reference Manzo's prior pleas. This is the individual who was assassinated about 2 weeks ago. And they're criticizing Sheinbaum for rejecting the full war on drugs. They want full investigations into Manzo's murder and other prior political assassinations, with prosecution for those responsible, whoever it may be. Seems like the cartel put out a hit on this guy or organized the assassination, pretty much. They want the resignation from Sheinbaum. Many chants and signs are demanding, they're saying, Fuera Claudia, out with Claudia. Accusing her of protecting narcos. And you need to not spam the chat because nobody likes that. And they want economic and social support for affected communities. They want... Yeah, they want support for low-income people, I guess. Okay. Alright, there you have it. Well, there you have it. Those are the demands, I suppose. Those are the demands. Matt, you are kind of a joke, man. I'm guessing you hate psychedelics. Too much for you. There's a bigger picture, man. I hope you can puzzle DSWG. LOL. So you are a drug addict, so this is something that a drug addict would say. That's great. Hey, brother, you do you. Dude, you just, like, don't understand the mysteries of the universe, dude. Because you just haven't taken enough psychedelics, bro. Dude, you just gotta do more drugs, man. And you're gonna understand everything, bro. So, you are a drug addict. That's cool. That's cool, man. Doing drugs is totally cool. I am, let me see here. I'm trying to find some more clips here. I'll just be honest. It seems like right now things are pretty de-escalated. Now there could be a resurgence of stuff happening this evening. It is just dusk. It's just kind of sunset right now. The sun just went down in the last 15 or 20 minutes. So it's not too dark yet. It could be over. It could be. Totally could be over. Could be. You know, I'm gonna really disappoint that guy who was talking about psychedelics in the live chat. What I'm gonna say is gonna be really disappointing for that guy. I am, how old am I? 31? I grew up in the Portland, Oregon area. This is one of the most druggy areas. Everybody's doing drugs. I can honestly say, I swear on my life, I've never even smoked weed. I never really had the interest. I have never even smoked weed. I haven't even taken your psychedelics. Never smoked weed either. In fact, I'm probably the one person ever to come out of Portland without ever even trying weed. Never even tried it. Just wasn't for me. It wasn't my thing. Now, I see a big super chat here from DDOV6TI. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. He says, "Hi, Matt. You broke the news for me about Mexico. Keep up the good work. $1 equals 5 Reais Brazil." Are you Brazilian? Hey, greetings from Brazil. Come on down to Brazil. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Brazil is one of those places I'd go visit someday. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Hey, greetings from Brazil. Nah, it seems like a nice place to go visit. I'll go visit Brazil someday. We can hang out. We can hang out in Brazil. We have a couple iconic images coming out of the day here. I'll pull these up and make them big here. Look at that. Wow. A picture is worth a billion words. Here's another one. I mean, yeah, they packed the living hell out of this place, didn't they? They sure did. So this is the Royal Palace is what this is, I believe. Is that what this is down here? They packed the living hell out of this place. They sure did. Mushrooms are natural. Yeah, I mean, mushrooms are natural. Cocaine is natural. Marijuana's. But for me, whether or not I'm interested, I don't know. Just because it's natural doesn't mean I really want to do it. Opiates are natural. Heroin is natural. But you know, hey, listen, everybody is on their own journey. If you want to do this or you want to do that, you know, I guess do your thing, brother. Do your thing. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's got their thing, I guess. Another little image from about 2 hours ago, or a video. I'll pull up here. Little panorama. So Matt disses all scientific research into use of psychedelics. You drug guys are so fucking annoying. Man, did I say that? Honestly, I just don't really care. You want to know, really? Listen, drugs actually don't bother me, but people like you that are like druggy people, you guys are annoying. You guys are more annoying than the drugs. If you would just take them and shut up about it, I actually wouldn't have an issue. But it's those of you, if you make your entire personality, everybody look at me, I do drugs, let's talk about drugs, we gotta talk about drugs. I do drugs, do you do drugs? Let's talk about drugs. Oh my god, you people are so annoying. Shut up. Do the drugs, nobody cares, shut up about it. Oh my god, you guys are so annoying. Just like, shut up. Right? Nobody cares. More for you, yeah, more for you, that's fine. That's fine, that's all good. One hell of a thing today, man. One hell of a show. Whoa. Folks, I have to say, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's like pretty much over. You know, when we're covering the Portland, Oregon riots or the Chicago riots, it does seem to be the case that when the sun goes down, it gets a little bit darker. That's when things kind of get crazier, but I don't know if we're gonna see that down here in Mexico. Maybe there has been such an overwhelming show of like a police force here tonight that maybe the rioters or the protesters, they're just gonna kind of wrap it up. That might be the case. They might just call it a day. Because I'm scanning out here all over X or Twitter, and I'm not really seeing any new footage from anywhere out here. And I'm looking not just Mexico City, I'm looking everywhere, all over the place. I'm looking all over the place. It was a pretty eventful afternoon here in Mexico, though. It'll be very interesting to kind of monitor the fallout or the aftermath of this. And see how things unfold. Over the next couple days, that is. Do I do caffeine? I do caffeine. I do a little bit of caffeine. That's pretty much the same as being a heroin addict. Pretty much. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Like, really. You know, of course, obviously, if we could keep the show going on, I would love to do that. But, I think things are pretty much wrapping up. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys about it. I won't even lie about it. As someone who takes... What part of nobody gives a shit do you not understand? Oh my god, Well, as somebody who does drugs... Dude, did you not get the message? No, but I don't care. Nobody cares. I hate to be a dick. It's like, dude, though. Dude. But hey, thank you for the super chat. But hey, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I know you mean well. I know you mean well. I just, listen, I didn't become a political commentator on YouTube to talk about doing psychedelics. That's not really what I'm here to do. I just do not give a fuck about that. Sorry to swear, but it's not what I'm into. It's not my thing. Like I said, keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. I just don't care about that. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that pretty much is going to be a wrap. I think that pretty much is going to be a wrap for the show. I think everybody's going home. I mean, you can even see the police. The police officers are wrapping up. Really? They are marching away. They're marching away. Whoa. Oh my good lord. There is a $300 super chat over in Rumble. It's $300. And he starts it off with "I smoke weed." Lord, what do I do? Do I read this one? I feel like I have to read this one because it's okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna read it. I smoke weed, I pay my bills, I provide security to my family. Matt is right. Pure pressure is for... Oh, there's a bad word there, sorry. There's a bad word. He says, pure pressure is for silly billies. Silly billies is what he said. He said, live and let live. MAGA, also sorry, Matt, both of my grandfathers killed Nazis, F Antifa. Well, I had a great-grandfather that fought in France. He was fighting Nazis. Then I had a great-grandfather that was, fighting in the Pacific. You know, it's like, if you're an American, your grandparents probably fought the Nazis. If you're a German, your grandparents probably were Nazis. That's just like kind of the way that it is. By nature of living over here or living over there. That's just kind of what it was. My grandfather in the Pacific, he got his leg blown off. He stepped on a Japanese landmine. My kid, got his leg blown off. I'll tell you also another kind of funny story. Maybe you guys are going to get mad at me for saying this. By the way, thank you very much for that massive super chat. Thank you very much. One of my great-grandfathers was a bomber pilot in World War II. And his side of the family was very, like, 100% ethnically German. I'm in large part ethnically German, but this great-grandfather of mine was, like, 100%. Like, he was... That side of the family was, like, first or second generation from Germany. And so anyway, he was a bomber pilot in World War II. And it was nearing the end of the war, he got orders to go bomb some German town. I don't even know which one. Anyway, he was supposed to go drop bombs on some German town, and he couldn't do it. He got lost. He got lost, and he flew down to Italy and landed at a U.S. air base in Italy. He couldn't bring himself to do it because at this point he had cousins still living in Germany, and he felt like an ethnic kinship. He said, "I can't do this," and so he got lost. And he ended up flying down to Italy to an airbase. He said, "Oh, wow, wait, I'm in Italy? Oh, man." Couldn't bring himself to do it. That's why they call it the Brother War. It was a brother war, is what it was. They say no more brother wars. Europeans killing Europeans. Brothers killing brothers. Cousins killing cousins. It's not good. It's not good at all. So hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's a big super chat. I didn't mean to hijack your story. Okay, you know what? No, I think we should probably wrap it up. I was gonna take a look at Portland, but I think I'm probably gonna wrap up tonight. I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. That was final big super chat of the day. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I appreciate it, everybody on Rumble and on YouTube. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate it, folks. We're going to be back tomorrow, full steam ahead. Videos and streams, live broadcasts, covering the news, and everything otherwise. So, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. It was a great night. Really, really pretty crazy day down in Mexico. Thank you very much, and I'll see you folks tomorrow. Thank you all. Thank you very much.